Well, one can things to say. One of the few Toriko chapter when we see a explanation, so to speak, of what is going on. Even though it's still a bit confusing, it begins to tell the nightmare-fueled history that is Neo's past, or everything's past from that ago. It's Gigi. Wait, no, Gigi who is beginning to explain on how everything began. How we talked about their ancestors gathered ingredients from around the stars even before the Earth was born, something like 5 billion years ago. In a way, I find that unreal. How old are they really? Well, let's just say they're infinite old, right? um, their goal was to find a planet which was rich in environment and administer gourmet cells, and then wait for this planet to slowly ripen. In a way, that is similar to what the Earth did, because it's best to mount when it ripens, it's out of stress. You know, and he explains the gourmet solar eclipse is one of the moments when it really does ripen. Something like cutting off the sun's heat once every few hundred years. It's akin to when you cut off water to the tomatoes, the sugar will rise. And the way the Neo ripened the Earth or other planets were when they squeezed out the resources using the demons they created. Because the way people evolve most in Toriko manga is during the fear, despair, and anxiety. And the one that started all of that, or maybe you said the one who created most of this was Neo himself. And the demons were called livestock. Neo at the beginning was seemingly just another ugly looking demon, thin, small, and had a face like that almost. And the Neo didn't really care for it. But it turns out that the Ark spaceship, the one we have seen at Neo Organization's base, is the exact same that the Nitro used when they traveled to galaxy, or it's planet to planet. Meaning that what they're doing here is exactly that. They're causing fear and anxiety on this planet, and then they're gonna leave to find another one. However, the plan to seal up Neo is deeply explained, in a way at least, because the mistake the Neo did all those billion years ago was actually forgetting Neo or leaving it behind because they considered it a weak demon, something that was not a threat. However, it turned out that Neo was no such thing as a weak creature, but in fact something that was much smarter than a livestock any could imagine. It was actually much smarter. It slowly began to realize what it wanted from the world, or maybe what it really wanted. It began to devour a planet when the Neo no longer was watching over it, because it realized what it most simply wanted to eat and how. What it wanted to eat, as we all know, when Neo attacked the other creatures from Area, what they really wanted was the taste of fear. That's Neo's favorite spice, you can say. And so Neo began to hunt down every single creature on the planet. Because as a livestock, he had discovered that the moment the living beings gush out the most flavor is the moment they die, because they create a dopamine within their brains that is the stress of dying. So, which was Neo's again favorite. And so he stalked prey after prey until they felt that helplessness, and then he would devour it. And that was the most terrifying it. And in the end, he turned a rich planet with great amount of food into a wasteland with just 1 month of eating. Once the Nitro returned, they realized that they had left behind not a livestock, but a terrifying creature, who slowly began to eat more and more planets, squeezing it out. That's how Neo got its first power. However, the past is not yet explained after that. But this is what you call definitely a nightmare fuel almost, an insanable appetite, and what they really most wanted was just simple, I want to say destruction. It Neo was way smarter than the Nitro could take it credit for, and it was most deadly than any livestock ever. And they then it gained power by eating more and more and more. But it never got satisfied. Because it was, well, it was simply dangerous. And I guess that's how the Neo became the Demon King, so to speak. But again, this is only part 1. Actually, that's one of the few well, technically every Toriko chapter is fast paced, but this one was the first fast paced where you actually wish everything will be explained just like that quickly. But no, I already want to know what happened more, but given to the fact what they explained, the nightmare had still just begun. One wonders how Neo disappeared. Yeah, so give me your thoughts if you have any about the nightmare of Neo.